afternoon, everybody. My name is Sally Roper, and I'm coming to you from my humble little studio in Ocho-Rios, Jamaica. And I'm going to do an unloading of my kiln. I fired it a few days ago. I was going to unload it yesterday, but I was not feeling very well. I'm still kind of feeling a little iffy, so I do apologize. And anyway, normally I do a live Facebook unloading of my kiln, and this time I decided to post it on my YouTube channel because I don't do that very often. I show you videos on how I make things, but I don't very often show you videos of a finished product. So although I haven't shown you how I've made these particular pieces that are in my kiln now, I can show you the end result and tell you how I got there. Most of the stuff in here is made with Laguna 391 clay. It is a dark brown clay. It is new to me. I've done one other unloading and firing and unloading, I guess, of another set of pieces. And this is like one of the mugs that I made. I have some water in it. But this is the color of the clay. This is bare clay, and this is Opulence eggshell. On the outside, an eggshell on a light colored clay comes out white, and on a dark colored clay comes out this fantastic, almost like robin's egg blue, even deeper blue than that. So I actually, I'm drinking some water. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start. I've opened the lid so that it could cool just a little bit faster, and I am going to take out the pieces one by one and show you. Let me just adjust my camera a little bit. Okay, so here we go. I made these two utility crocks, and they're really quite lovely. I did some slip trailing around the rim to give it some design. Actually, my daughter Christine, she helped me with applying the dots. And all I did was just with a light, my B-Mix, Laguna B-Mix 5, I've made a slip out of it, and then I just put in the dots. And the glaze is Jess's Chun Blue, which is available through Clayscapes Pottery. And this is the clay. This is just bare clay on the inside and the bottom. I did that intentionally, not to put any glaze on the inside, because I really love the feature of this dark clay, and I didn't see any reason to have to hide it or glaze over it. I want it to be the feature of the pot. But this glaze works really, really nicely. Let me show you up close. And I have a pair of them, and this is just a slightly different design. I made another pair of them, and I dipped them in Opulent Sea Spray, again doing the slip trail design with B-Mix slip that I made just from my clay trimmings and water, and then I just blended up into a consistency probably like thick Greek yogurt, and then I just dotted on using actually it's a mustard applicator. So there you go again. It's black on the inside. This clay is very, very dark. It's Laguna 391 if you're interested in getting that same effect. This is, I believe, Opulent Sea Spray. And this is a planter. Hold on, I'm just going to put it aside for a second because I have a bottom to it. I'm already down one row out of my kiln. My daughter asked me to make some jars, and I'm really pretty pleased in how they turned out. It's going to have a lid on it. See how we can get the lid to fit. There we go. So there's the lid, and I put a little rim on, a little slip trail on the inside of the rim so that it wouldn't slide off the pot. It just gives it a little bit of a ridge. Anyway, here's the pot. And this is done with Opulence Marshmallow, which is a matte glaze. And then this is Cobblestone, which is again a glaze made by Jessica Putnam Phillips and sold at Clayscapes Pottery. I'm sure you can get it at other locations as well, but that's where I got mine. And so it's just a two-piece jar, and it's probably maybe about 5 and a bit inches tall. I think it's really, really pretty. And very often when I make things in set, I do them in opposites. So this is the Cobblestone glaze on the bottom and Opulence Marshmallow on the outside and on the inside. So you can see that. It's really quite lovely. Let me get out of the picture and just show it to you nicely. And there's the lid. I just did a little coil and just stuck it on a handle. There you go. And I made some smaller ones. I'm going to show you what I did when I fired the lids, because the lids have glaze all over. But there's just a smaller one. Oops, that's not the lid for that one. I think I got the lids mixed up. This is the lid. There's the lid for this one. So this is just slightly shorter than the other one that I made. So 2 different heights. So what I did was I fired these on a cookie, and you can see where the, not on a cookie, on a stilt, and you can see where the marks were, where the wire touched. But this is so I could glaze it all over, and I will just file that down and smooth it out. But that's how I fired it in the kiln. And this is the pot. On this second row are my witness cones. And I have the witness cone for 5, and this is for 6. So this fired, I did it, I have a Scut 1027 kiln, and I programmed it to cone 5 with a 10-minute hold, which takes it to about cone 5.5, almost 6. So this is really a perfect fire for what I intended it to be. This is the cone 5 completely bent over, and the cone 6 is bent but not totally where it should be to make it a cone 6. So this is a good 5.5, and I'm delighted, because that's where I wanted to take this. These witness cones tell you the heat work, and they let you know that your kiln is firing to its correct temperature. Very valuable tool when you're firing your home kiln. I have a test piece in here that is from the bee mix, and I just kind of made this. I didn't put a handle on it. Anyway, this is Opulence Blue Monday, and I wish I knew what that was. So actually, no, I was going to go get my book, but I can't remember which glaze I did that with. It looks kind of like sea spray, but I'm not so sure. All right. So this is a planter that I made, and I waited until I took out the saucer. So it's really, really nice. This is eggshell. Okay, so let me show you that this mug and this platter are the same glaze. This part of the mug and this platter saucer is the same glaze. So it's amazing the different color you get based on the clay you use. This is Laguna B Mix 5, and this is the 391, Laguna 391. This comes out blue, and this comes out white. And this is eggshell by Opulence. And this is the planter that I made. And this is a full dip in opulence. I did 2 layers, I brushed on 2 layers of Amico's Indigo Float, and then I put on one fairly decent layer of flux, of Mako flux. So I have opulence glaze, I have Amico trim with the Indigo Float, and Mako's flux, and they all work really well together. This is a really, really beautiful planter. I like it. Okay. So this is an experiment. I can't say that I'm happy with it, but I can't say that I'm unhappy either. So these are some pasta bowls that I made. They are about finished. They're about 8 inches across and maybe 2.5 inches, 3 inches deep. And this was a full dip in opulent sea spray, and then I took the Indigo Float and I ran it on the inside. I did 2 layers, brushed on layers of Indigo Float by Amico, and then I did a very thick layer of oatmeal. And I'm kind of disappointed that the oatmeal didn't work as well as it did, but it might have actually been enough to make it run down. It's not a disaster. It's actually quite a lovely bowl in real life. I didn't know what to expect. It was an experiment. I would say an experiment gone right. And again, you can see the dark clay on the bottom. This clay is just beautiful. I'm really, really liking it. And the more I work with it, the more I understand how my glazes will react. Okay. And this is just a little shot glass. So I made this. This is in Blue Monday, Opulence Blue Monday, and I put a little bit of flux around the rim. So I got some lovely dripping. And again, I like to show off the beauty of this clay. So it's nice. Okay. Sorry. Oh dear. I'm really very warm. It's a very warm day here in Jamaica. Okay, put down a shelf. Okay, there's lots of goodies in here. I have, as you can see, the Advancer shelves. I don't regret it for a moment. It was an investment into my my kiln. And I'm really glad I did it. So anybody who's sitting on the fence as to whether or not they want to get the Advancer shelves, well worth the investment. So I have some more of these bowls. There's a set of 4 of them. So the more I look at them, kind of the more I like them. They're really nice. And I like how the sea spray has reacted on the black clay. It almost looks like pinhole, but it isn't. It's absolutely smooth. And there's the inside. There's another one. And then here's the 4th one. So they all turned out. That's gonna make a really nice set and make somebody really happy. And that somebody just might be me. Those might just go straight into my kitchen. So. Again, I was trying a new glaze combination, and this is again with the 391 clay, and this is Blue Monday by Opulence, and these are little mini cups. I would say they probably hold maybe about six ounces maybe, and mini mugs. And what I did was I just left a strip here, so I poured the glaze on the inside, and then as soon as I could touch it, I dipped the bottom into the glaze up to here, and then as soon as I could hold that, I turned it upside down and I dipped the rim just a little 1/2 inch. So I have this little ridge of bare clay, and you can see that. And I really like these. And I have a set of 4 of them. So here's 2, Here's the other two. So there's the bare clay there, Blue Monday, Blue Monday. And I did some shot glass, some shot cups. And this is just with, I have a clear glaze that I use, and it is coming a combination of Opulence's clear and Opulence's matte clear. And it's almost like a semi-matte anyway. I just poured it on the inside and I just barely dipped the rim just so that if you're drinking from it, it's comfortable on your lip. And then that's just the bare Laguna 391 clay. But there, so there's a little bit of glass. I couldn't leave the inside of it bare, so I did want to put some kind of a glaze into it. So that's clear. So I have 4 of those. And here are the other 2. So there's 4 of them. Again, clear on the inside. They're kind of cute, this little set. I have a notebook that I write down all of my glaze combinations and everything that I do every time I glaze. And I've left it in the other half of my studio, and I'm just going to, actually, I should run and go get it, so give me a sec. Thank you for your patience. So this is what I do. I write down, I have a notebook, and I write down all of my, these are all of my pieces, and this is my glaze combination. Whether I dip it, whether I brush it, how long I dip it for. Okay, so the utility, the shot cups, shot 4 matte clear, got that. 4 shot clubs. This is Smoky Mountain. No, that can't be. Maybe that is. Anyway, let me just see what's going on down in here. Okay. 2, 3. This is Smoky Mountain Mist. Trying to look at here in my studio. Okay. This is Smoky Mountain Mist on Laguna B-Mix. And you can see how it's kind of like a greeny gray. And this is it on the Laguna 391. It is totally different look. Anyway, there's a little bit of color on the rim. I did hold it down into the glaze for about 3 seconds, which is my normal dipping time. I'm a dipper. I don't brush. I don't use very many brush on glazes. Anyway, I have 4 of those. And here's the 4th one here. So a set of 4. Okay. Alrighty. So this did not turn out the way I had hoped. Let me just pull some of these out. Okay. This is the Smoky Mountain Mist. Again, that's the same glaze as this one here. And I have a little bit of crawling on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to take some more glaze, just brush it on the bottom, and I'm going to refire these, and that should fix that up completely, and it'll hide all that. So I do have to refire these. I think this has happened to several of them. Nothing wrong with the outside. The outside is absolutely perfect. And I love these ripple mugs because they fit nicely in your hand. And it's a 4-finger handle. My daughter requested that I make ripple mugs with a big handle. And I have a very large hand, especially for a woman. So yeah, four fingers can go in. This is a great mug, and it's going to be even better when I fix the bottom. And this did it to several of most of them. So that's an easy fix, and I'm delighted to have found that I can do this. Again, there's more crawling and crazing, I guess, on the inside, but the outside is fun. There's a bit here, so I can just patch that up too and fix the outside of this one. So again, some of these are just experimenting with these glaze colors and the new glaze. So this is the larger version to my smaller cup. I made a normal size, probably maybe a 10-ounce mug. And that's it in the mini, and that's it in the large. And that will make a nice set. This is Opulence Blue Monday. And again, I left just a band of the natural clay in the middle. I like that set. I like this set a lot. So I have a set of 4 of them. So there's the other 3. They turned out really, really, really nicely. And that's it on the inside. How we get a little bit of glare from the sunlight coming in through the front of my studio. Okay, I'm looking in my notes to see which these are. These are the Blue Monday. Yeah, so this is the same glaze as what I did here, and I just did it in a straight up and down mug, and all I did this time was just glaze down to about 2/3 of the way down. And then I left the bottom again. I like to highlight the feature of this beautiful dark clay. And again, oops, 1, 2, 3, here's the 4th one, I think. Yep, I do it in sets of 4. So there's 4 of them. Kind of hard to tell the difference. When you see them in person, you can absolutely see the blue for Blue Monday for Desert Sage. Okay. Well, this is not what I expected. This, there's barely any difference between the glaze and the clay. This is, I think it's Coyote Desert Sage. And I was really hoping that it would come out a lovely green, and it's just come out a pretty, well, it's pretty awful. I would say these are a miss. They almost look like they're glazed black, and they aren't. This is a green Desert Sage. I don't have any on any samples on B-Mix to show you what it looks like with the B-Mix. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, this didn't turn out at all like I thought it would. Actually, the inside looks better than the outside. There's a little bit of I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. No, I don't think you can. Not there. There's a little bit of green right there. And then all that's left in here now, that's pretty much it. All that's left in here now are just are my samples. So here's a good idea to show you, because I've done it. This is, I think, I just need to sort through these. Okay. All right. This is the cobblestone on Laguna B-Mix, and this is it on the 391. So these are my test tiles, new test tiles. And there's a little bit of texture on them so you can see how the glaze breaks. So this is cobblestone, which is on the piece that I showed you at the very beginning. This is the cobblestone. Okay. And this is, sorry, I'm just going to sort through them. It should be kind of painfully obvious, but it's not. Smoky Mountain Mist. Okay, well, this is Smoky Mountain Mist here, and that's going to be blue on there. Maybe this is it here. This is sorry, I'm not, oh gosh, my apologies. This is Smoky Mountain Mist. So this is the same as this. Funny enough. All right, well, I'm having trouble figuring this all out. It'll take me a little bit of time, and I don't want to waste your time. So thank you all very much for joining me on this video, and I hope you all have a really wonderful day. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Click the thumbs up button. It's not one of my best videos. Again, I do apologize. I'm a little disheveled because I'm really not feeling very well. But I wanted to get the kiln unloaded and move on to my next project. So thank you all very much for bearing with me. Have a really wonderful day, and thank you very much.